Alright, we're going to be watching SignorSin, who's playing Rammatra. This is Gold 4 on console on Blizzard World. Gold 4 RAM request. What to do when the backline can't handle Sombra. I see people getting picked by Sombra in the kill feed, turning to peel on tank, like Rammatra, seems like a waste, so do I just hope they can adapt and hold hands to cover each other while I hold the front and look for my own picks? Slow retreat? They did manage to get under control after a Torb switch very late in the first half of this game, but advice for the future would be nice. The game felt very close and winnable, but my team was having a hard time with the Sombra, as mentioned on defense. I took a look at Adder's Rammatra resources a while back on cycling cooldowns and using Vortex, but it looks like I need to rewatch it. Defense felt okay, barring a second wasted ult at the end of the second point, and a weird misplay at 7 minutes. Attack was harder, and I wasn't sure if I was spending too much time trying to lock down high ground during second point. My team was running down main, I was mostly alone in these attempts. At 15:30, I did feel lost in where to hold, and in the final minute, it seems like I was misusing my abilities a lot. Also could have targeted the Mercy a lot more in this half. That's all I found on a quick rewatch. Would appreciate a second opinion. Okay, so a few notes here. Number one, I've seen the game, and I would say that your play looks really good. Like, I was really impressed. If you, like, for large chunks of this, if you said that this was a diamond game on PC, I would believe you. I would be surprised if you're having trouble winning games right now at your rank. Like, if I had to guess right now, I would say that you're winning. I mean, this may or may not be true, but I would guess you're probably going to win like 65% plus at least of your games right now. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if you told me 70% winner. I would believe you. I think you are significantly better than the average player in this lobby. So it would be surprising to me if you're having trouble climbing. That's number one. Well, actually, let me be more specific. Why? I think that your accuracy is really good, like way above average. Your accuracy is really, really good. I think your ability accuracy is also very good on vortexes, for example. I think you're hitting the vast majority of them, for example. I think that your general timing, or being able to hunt people down in Nemesis form, really, really good as well. I think that you're generally able to survive and make good decisions. I think your primary issues actually lie around you switch to Nemesis form way too early, and you don't use your shield enough. Like, you pop it sometimes and just kind of useless situations, A, but B, you pop it and then immediately go Nemesis, and which kind of defeats the purpose, because then you're not milking the full amount of pressure that that shield plus Nemesis form can give you. That's opening thoughts. Next thought, Sombra. What to do about Sombra as Rammatra? Short answer, pretty much nothing. I mean, she's an off-angle, assassin, ambush hero. You have very few tools to deal with her. Like, unless she makes a mistake and translocates someplace where you can hunt her down, you can't really do a lot. If she engages early, you can turn and try to peel her off quickly, which does happen, like, at least once in this game I can think of, where there's a time where you actually should have peeled her quicker. But for the most part, there's really not a lot you can do. There's not a lot of interactivity between you and her. I think the only tanks that can deal with Sombra are dive tanks. Right, all the dive tanks can hunt Sombra down really, really easily. They can hunt Sombra down after translocate, and they can sometimes hunt her down even before she engages. But she also trades well against some of them too, so you have to be careful. But yeah, for the most part, I think that's just that kind of reality, right? Like, yeah, like occasionally, once in a blue moon, you will lose a game because the enemy Sombra is absolutely dominating. But even in this game, where the Sombra like carries really hard for a while, it's still an incredibly close game. And there's easily more than enough like cleanup you could have done on your side to win the game. So for the most part, I wouldn't fret about it, right? Like, literally, like, what do you do about the Sombra? It's generally the right call to just hold the front, unless the Sombra engages too deep, like, and it's close to you where you can peel her, or she translocates someplace where you can kill her, which pretty much never happens in this game. I would also note, you're like, oh yeah, like the Torb switch helped. I don't know necessarily that was the Torb switch that's so helpful. I would say that generally the defensive advantage is much stronger as you go on during the map, but also the map gets much more constrained, and that's where Sombra is bad, right? Sombra is better with large open spaces where she can find angles to flank, and where the team is not likely to be close enough to support the person who is being ambushed. But when you're all pushed together, like on third point, there's almost always a teammate within a few meters who can help out against the Sombra, and that makes it much harder for her to get the value that she wants to get. Okay, next up is, you mentioned cycling cooldowns. Again, I think that for the most part, I think you do an okay job. Biggest problem is you put down shield and pop Nemesis like 75% of the time. So you're completely wasting the shield sometimes. And sometimes you put down a shield that has like literally no value, like no one's shooting at you at all. Vortex also, I would say, significantly above average for your rank. So it didn't pop out to me. I'm like, oh, those are bad vortexes. Most of the vortexes, I'm like, yeah, I think it's a good vortex. Good enough, right? sometimes great even. I think that overall, I think Vortexes were good. All right, so let's watch the beginning of this. So you're gonna hold the start here, just poke a little bit. The Widow just stands here and dies. This is a good part of the reason why I think you're just way better than people in this lobby. Like, I see some of the decisions that the enemy and your teammates are making. I'm like, why are you guys even in the same game? Like, this Widow, I think she literally just stands here and just eats the whole spray by you, right? Like, without moving or anything, like wiggling. Like, it does not look like somebody who has a lot of experience playing Widow or Overwatch. All right, so Sombra gets the first pick here, and let's see what happens. I think first pick is fairly common, especially at lower ranks when people don't check the scoreboard to figure out what enemy heroes are at 15 seconds. But to be fair, it's also 15 seconds literally right now, so they're not going to get any advance notice that there's going to be a Sombra in play. She hacks, right? Viruses right away, and then, you know, it's a kill. She didn't even need to hack there. That was kind of unnecessary. But obviously, like, there's nothing you can do about this, right? It is what it is. I think that you don't want to make a mistake worse, or it's not really a mistake, but you don't want to make a bad thing worse, right? Your Bastion died, fine, right? Don't even bother throwing the shield, right? Just keep the shield for the front. So now you know the Sombra's there, but again, not a lot you can do about it. Reload, yeah, that's fine. So you recognize, look, these squishes are coming up. They're missing a hero, 2 heroes, right? The Widows just respawn, Sombra's somewhere, but that means that there's no strength in their backline, right? There's no Reaper back here, there's no Torb, there's no Symmetra, there's nobody back here to punish you if you go after the supports. So I think you make a very good call here, which is to actually push on the supports, despite the fact that you're in a 4v5 situation. In most situations, I would say back up to the point on Blizzard World, but in this situation, because you killed the Widow first and the Sombra is busy, you know, resetting, you actually have a great chance here to go after the backline. So I think this is really good. So one note here is you attack lamps whenever they come up, whether or not the lamp is actually going to do anything. So the Baptiste is dropped here. This lamp is no longer going to do anything. Just let it go. Just be like, nope, turn around, right, and go after the Moira or the Orisa. Because just watch over here. See how long you spend punching that lamp? It is unnecessary. Just when you look at it and be like, hey, look, they're either A, not in the lamp, or B, I'm not going to kill them through the lamp. Just change targets. That's also an important skill. Sometimes the Baptiste will sit in the lamp, but you look at it, you're like, I don't have enough time to kill you. Just switch to another target, right? Or retreat or whatever you got to do. In this situation, I think even with the Widow there, I just push this side, right? Because it's faster for me to continue pressure from the left here, or rather from the right. Continue pressure here rather than go to the left. And I also want to make sure they can't retreat past me. I know the Widow's shooting at you, but as long as you don't give her your head, right, as long as I don't turn this way, she can't actually headshot me. So I can just push in here and I'm all set to get the kill. Right? Because I don't want to give them any chance that they escape here. Like that, see? So your hesitation here, I didn't even remember this was going to happen, but if you had not gone left, but instead, right, after you come back here, don't retreat, just stay in here, keep fighting, right? I get one punch in here, the Moira's dead. And then you get even more staggers. A big part of this is just knowing how much health you have and know how much damage Widow does, right? Widow body shot does like, what, like 125 damage? It's like not a big deal. Like, forget it. Like, just eat it and just go in. It's fine. It's not going to be a problem. So Moira lives there, unfortunate, but not really that big deal. Reminder to always spray at head level. All right, see how you're spraying low here? You should be spraying right here, right? Left, right line right there. That's what you're looking for. You're spraying low right now. Always be going for headshots with staff. So you see, hey, Orisa's gotten low here, right? Your Bastion's active. So you have an instinct here to push up, which I think is fine. I would not be vortexing the Orisa because the Orisa can't die here. Like, I know you're walking up because you think the Orisa's low and maybe killable, but what are you going to do if the Orisa just drops? Nothing, right? You're not going to drop the Orisa with the Orisa. A, there's 2 supports back here, and the whole team, and your trap back here. B, she definitely is going to get the Mega before you kill her. So there's no way for the Orisa to die here. Your option here is actually to push the back line, right? Vortex, walk in, shoot the Orisa, right? Force the Orisa to drop, then go after the back line so you can get kills that way. But this ends up being pretty much a whole wasted cooldown cycle, right? Like, what do we use here? We used Vortex, right? We used Vortex here, and we used Nemesis form. But, like, why? We don't get anything out of this, and granted, they're resetting anyway, but, like, the whole cycle is wasted, and it's unnecessary. Also, as a note, you should pretty much always use shield before you pop Nemesis form, because the cooldowns are, like, almost lined up. So, shield, even if it's not for you, just to shield behind. So, for example, let's say I was hard diving in this situation, okay? Which I wouldn't be, but let's imagine this is a hard dive situation where I'm, like, committed, and I have ultimate. So my goal is I'm going to pop Nemesis, I run in, I punch, and then pop Nemesis again, and then keep punching it out. even before I do that, I would put down the shield for my team as I walk in. That way my team can benefit from the shield, even if I know I'm not going to need it. Just a thought here. But regardless, the whole cycle gets wasted. We got to back up. So, note right now, hey look, the Bastion's low, right? He gets picked off here. I don't really know what the heck your Bastion is doing. This is a good example where I'm like, I don't even know why you are in the same lobby as these players, because this is not a Bastion who knows what he's doing. Like, what is this Bastion doing? What is this? Anyway, yeah. Again, I guess this is what low gold console looks like, A. But B, once I realize that my Bastion's out of position, which will happen even at higher ranks, right? People get out of position. As soon as I see this, I'm like, oh shoot, and I shield off right away. And I think you're slow to do that. Your Bastion's already lost half of his health, and then the shield goes up, there's a little crack here available, and the Bastion's gonna die. For the record, if you got the shield down even half a second sooner, your Bastion lives right now instead of dying. So I think this is relevant here, is that I think you could have saved this Bastion. A, through shield. B is, as I see my Bastions here, right? I'm like, oh no, my Bastion's a huge target walking backwards. I shield off, right? And then walk forwards, right here, right, with the shield, and then sit in this spot and spray here to make sure that my Bastion doesn't die. Just body block. I'm not in any danger of dying, right? You're absolute full health here. There's no one else from the enemy team that's like ready to engage at you. They have no ability to dive here or like separate you from your team. I think you're fine, right? Just go up here, body block a little bit, then run back. I think you're good here. But Sombra's doing a ton of stuff in your backline. It's unfortunate. You have to keep backing up really fast right now. So you're down 2 heroes. This is something that you have to know, right? You're down 2 heroes right now. I'll switch this color. Right? You're down 2 heroes. This is either a die or get out situation. I'm booking it. Like, as soon as my Bastion dies, right now, I'm out of here. Like, I throw Vortex here by the shield, and I run. Like, run. Like full stop. Like, don't even look at them. Run. Because at higher ranks, they will hunt you down here because they recognize that they're in a 5-on-3 situation, and you will die. Right? You see how you're slowing down right now? Now you're engaging forward by throwing Vortex. This is all bad because you're getting cut off from your team and be in big trouble. Right? Getting burned down. You have the Force Nemesis here. This is already a mistake. Okay? So forcing out Nemesis right now means when Nemesis ends, they're just gonna follow you, and that's it. Like, you're gonna die here. So I think especially because you will have shield. You will have shield after because your shield never came off cooldown. So you will have shield at least. But this is a full chase down situation. Now, you made a mistake not getting out sooner and being forced to get hard pocketed here, which also forced out on a grenade, right? Because you can see that you're like blinking right now with the health bar. So you forced out honor grenade as well, just to try to keep you alive, which is not good. I don't want my honor throw grenade at me right now. I want my honor throw grenade at the squishies like a few seconds from now. Anyway, let's watch this whole sequence through and see if we notice anything interesting. Okay, look at the Orisa. So what did we see? Well, did you see it? Let's back up. So back to here, right? Attacking, right? The Orisa has what? Popped Fortify to walk through your Vortex, because presumably she's trying to kill you as soon as possible. Fortify will last, what, like 4.5, 5 seconds, something like that? So Fortify is going to be ending, like a few seconds from now. There's Fortify. Fortify's ended, and now what is Orisa doing? She's spinning. Okay, cool. Spin's going to push me back, right? And now what? She javelins me. Well, what cooldowns does Orisa have? None of them, right? She has 6 seconds until her next cooldown is available. This is a really good example of, hey, even when you're in a bad situation, sometimes you can turn it around because the opposing team makes mistakes. The Orisa used all of her cooldowns and kind of like basically stacked them like really quickly. So that means that you have 6 seconds to do basically anything that you want right now, which is really valuable since you have ultimate at this moment in time. Now, optimal play here is actually you turn and deal with the Sombra first, right? You give her like a couple punches here to force her to translocate right away. But right after that, I would immediately pop ultimate and then go in here with this fight. Because if you look at how vulnerable they are, so after the javelin, so right now, pop Vortex, right? And ultimate, or you can, either way, whichever order is like I think probably Vortex first to animation cancel it with ultimate, right? And then from there, you can push in. The other option after you deal with Sombra, right, is to shield off and then push it to force some of their ammo out against the shield. But putting the shield down late is no good. And you definitely cannot lose control of this corner, because you can hear behind you that the Sombra is engaging. You cannot lose control of this corner. Losing control of the corner means letting them turn this corner, and shooting your Ana is like virtually guaranteed death for whoever is back here, right? Cassie dies out here, your Ana's going to die, and with that, you have no chance of winning this fight. To be fair, I don't think that you have a great chance of winning with ultimate here. I think your chance of winning is maybe 35%-ish, 35-40%, which might not seem great, but I'll trade ultimate for 35% chance win here, right? I'm not going to need it for a while because it's going to take time for the card to move up to the next phase anyway. So I'm definitely going to die here without the ultimate. There's no reset here possibility, and I feel like there is an opening here for me to potentially do a ton of damage and stall out. So I think it's a chance worth taking. I personally, I think, would have popped ultimate here, given all the information that we knew. Alright, so you got a soldier over here. So, what do we hear? We just heard hack, right? We hear hack right there, it's blinking, right? Here /C hack, right? Obviously, we see it in the replay view, but I heard it very loudly. So the second I hear hack, right? Right there, right? I heard virus land and I heard hack. I turn around and immediately start shooting. Because what else am I going to shoot at? This soldier's not going to die, right? He's so far away. He's next to the Baptiste. But this Sombra is peelable. I'm not going to get the kill here, but the staff pressure alone is valuable here. Vortex landing on her is going to almost instantly force a translocate. So you don't register this at all. That's probably the biggest tip to give against Sombra, is simply there are times where you can peel her, do it, because you're not under any pressure. Like the Orisa's in your face right now, what are you going to do, right? If the Orisa is in your face, or if you're trying to kill Baptiste or whatever, don't turn around for the Sombra. But right now, where nothing else is going on, help your Ana. Your poor Ana's like left here completely alone and dies. Like, look, this is a long time. 1, 2, 3, almost 4 seconds go by and nobody in your team registers this at all. And you 100% can hear it, because I can hear it right now, right? That means I'm within range right now to know that this is happening. So that audio awareness is really important, right? If you're thinking, hey, Sombra's a problem, then you gotta be aware and you gotta help out your team, because you just left your Ana out here to die. To be fair, I think your Ana has like a million options here to stay alive, including just grenading herself and the Sombra and Sleep Dart, but this, you know, the elo here is low, and players do not seem particularly good, which is why I do not think you'll have trouble climbing out of gold. Alright, so some wonky things have happened here. I wouldn't get too aggressive because you're missing an Ana, so you have like basically no sustain. I think the shield there is okay. You try to go after the back line. I think this is fine, right? You have ultimate, you know you have ultimate. Kill the Baptiste, you turn, look for more, right? So I think right there, I would have finished the kill on the Orisa, because she's one punch away from death. So it would be technically a punch in the melee. But like jumping on the cart and just doing a punch, right? Because I wouldn't be able to read exactly whether or not she would have lived there. I would have done the other punch there to see if I can kill the Orisa. Because I can kill the Orisa right there, I don't even know if I need to pop ultimate. But right now, you pop ultimate. I think this is fine, right? All things considered, there are 4 people here, and you're definitely going to win this with ultimate, but may not win it with ultimate. Without ultimate, I think this is a fair ultimate pop. I don't think I mind this at all. I do think that you lose track of the Sombra here. Yeah. So if you look at this, so I look at this as like, hey, look, the Sombra's to the right, right? I one punch and then snap to the right, and then look, and I see this animation, and then I look up, right? And then I run with her out. I'm trying to punch her down. Don't bother chasing the Orisa. Once the Orisa goes out this way, she's gonna die. Her only exit path is this one to the left. If she doesn't go left, she's definitely gonna die anyway to my team, so I don't worry about it. She's gonna die no matter what. Just let her get staggered, right? It's actually not in your favor to kill her faster, which is a weird thing to think about. So, ideally, your team would be holding high ground. One of the problems if you don't hold high ground here is the Sombra's able to set up super, super easily. Versus if you're holding high ground, she can't take it as easily, so she has to go a longer route and try to flank around this way, or whatever it ends up being. So your Bastion's going to ulti, he's going to get EMP'd out of it. There's literally nothing you can do about this. You do eat the hack, though, so... Actually, it's not even for you. It's not for your Bastion, it's for you. So you get hacked. The correct option here is to not peek because you just lost half your health. Turn around and go for the Sombra right away because she just EMP'd, right? So if she translocated the EMP in, she should die for this for sure. Her team is not ready to go at all. Oh, Bastion is here, so yeah, he's gonna get hacked. If she doesn't translocate, you want to force it out right away and make sure that she doesn't get a kill. So you're not fast enough to react to this hack at all, right? She does a ton of damage here. Like, look how long this is from the Sombra's perspective. Hack, 1, 2, 3, 4. Almost 5 seconds go by. Like, literally, the three of you over here, despite the fact that she hacked, like, at basically point blank, none of you turned for this. Right? Literally, like, none of you turned until just now, and then the Zen's the one who actually forces the Sombra to leave. This is like a continual problem we're seeing, where even when the Sombra is making mistakes, you're not punishing it because you're not quick enough to react to like what's happening. The regular, like, your Ana dying earlier, I understand. I think it's bad, but I understand. Having someone EMP next to you at point blank and for you to not turn around despite zero pressure from the front is, I think, less forgivable. I think also, looking at the shield here, so I turn right here. I know I'm with multiple heroes. I do not throw shield here, right? I'm going to try to save shield. I want to force the translocate and then save shield for the fight that's about to happen. So, for example, if Soldier Visors, I shield right here. That's why you save shield. If you're like, look, if I don't need the shield, save the shield. You steal shield right now, you instantly shut down the whole visor. I don't even need to go chasing him. But instead, you either run at him, you take a chance here. Your Ana gets lit up here because of this, I believe. Well, yeah, see, so everyone has a turn to try to deal with the Soldier, which means now nobody's helping your Ana, which means the Sombra has free reign in the back, and your Ana gets super low and nearly dies, which also forces out Trance, because your Zen's worried that your Ana is going to die. So, this is a good example where, like, look, just shielding off, or having a shield available because you don't waste it, is super valuable, because you do end up getting the kill here, but quite frankly, there's no reason why you should. Like, the Soldier should easily have been able to run away from this. Like, the fact that he tries to keep trying to peek you is what gets him killed. Anyway, you go back. So if I walk out here and I see, hey, look, there is, you know, a half health Orisa who's getting healed by a Baptiste with a window, I think I just hold block right now because I'm at 194 health and my Cassidy is high nooning in the back. Right? But team ends up winning it anyway. This is a really good opportunity to actually rotate and take high ground, but that is not going to be what's going to happen. So, right there, you hear it, right? Turn back, immediately chuck Vortex over here, right? And try to, because Vortex slows her, which dramatically increases the number of headshots that she will take, which causes her to translocate sooner, right? People being slowed makes them very, very nervous. The Sombra still does a really good job. I think this is probably near perfect tracking, is my guess. Yeah, this is, I can feel it from how fast she dies. This tracking is basically perfect. I think she misses the melee, but like it's really, really hard if you're not a dive here. Like Doomfist could react to this, Winston could react to this, Diva could react to this. As Rammatra, like even if you threw Vortex right away, I don't even know if you can save her in the situation. So yeah, I mean that's just gonna happen. Definitely give a nope. I see my Bastion go. Now I need to go, right? Because you can see your Bastion through the wall. It's like I want to give this up. I see my Bastion's there. Look, they're going. I push, right? I throw down shield. Maybe over here, right? Maybe over here, and I push forwards because I don't want to leave my Bastion out to dry. If my Bastion dies, there's literally no way I can win this fight because I've already lost my Ana, so it's a 4 and 5. That gives me only a 25% chances of winning. But if my Bastion dies, I'm down 2, then I'm down to only a 5% chance of winning. It's functionally irrelevant at that moment in time. So I need to push up right now with the Bastion. So I push up here, then I shield off these 3, and you're in business. Then you're in a situation where there's a good chance the Orisa dies, you push up, you Vortex the squishies, and maybe you turn this fight. But a late shield, not pushing up here, means your Bastion dies, and with the Bastion dead, there's no way to win this fight anymore. Okay, you're just staggering yourself at this point, you should just die. There's no win condition, right? Look at this. There's literally no way you could win this no matter what skill level you were. It's just impossible at this point, mathematically. Alright, we're pushing up here. Your Bastion dies before you get there, nothing you can do about that. You shield off, which is kind of okay. You get pulled in, you have the presence of mind to go back to the cart. Your backline totally dies. there's not anything you can do here, except I would not have popped ulti here. I think you've already seen multiple heroes die, right? Seen/heard. You're down 3 heroes right now. There's no way to win, and this ulti's not going to appreciably stagger longer. I think you just die here, right? I think what I would do though is I would hold block. I would hold block here and then creep to the backside of the cart and try to delay as long as I can. Because like, why not, right? Like, it's okay to stagger yourself if you're delaying the cart in this situation, because you're going to get fast spawn anyway, because you're going to die before they cap. So it's not a big deal. So I would just hold block. There's no win condition here, right? But if you delay a super long time, maybe there's a possibility your team has short spawn. Maybe they come out and something can happen. It's really hard to track. Like in this situation, like for example, if your Ana came out and nanoed you, yeah, maybe you turned this fight. But it would not have actually happened in this scenario. But just something to note is sometimes you have to realize, look, I'm not winning this through punches anymore. I'm not winning this through, frankly, anything. Like, it's going to take some act of God from the rest of my teammates to do something. Just hold block. Just hold block, buy time. As long as you're on the cart and on defense is okay. All right, pushing forwards. I don't like how long you wait here. I think you should have moved up already, because you really want to fight this first corner and make it hard for them to turn the corner. You don't want them to be able to take the next corner as well. So that's a small tip here, just to be able to get up there sooner. So one of the things I mentioned in the intro is you don't use your staff enough, right? And you often switch to Nemesis too quickly, especially in combo with shield. You have the Baptiste Vortex right now at nearly point blank. Use the staff. So reminder, punches do 100 damage per second, but staff does 120. That's only a 20% difference. But remember, headshots do 240, right? Because it doubles the damage. So you do 240 damage per second right now. And you're pretty good at headshots, right? We see you do it all the time. We see you kill the Widow, for example, light other people up. Just go for the headshots. Like, I run straight at the Baptiste right now, getting headshot, 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 and I'm trying to force whatever cooldowns he has out, right? He's already used Regen Burst. I want to force Lamp out right now, right? Then I want to see maybe I can kill him through Lamp. Maybe not. But either way, I want to force Lamp out. Lamp is a 25-second cooldown. Just run straight at him with staff, not Nemesis right now, right? This is a huge waste to have to go Nemesis at this moment in time. I would note this Baptiste dies despite having Lamp. Oh, I guess he chucks the Lamp there for no reason. He could have thrown it to his left right now, or just forwards, like literally anywhere that is not right on top of him, and he would have been fine. Like, if he just throws it here to the left, it would have been so much harder for you to kill him. But this is what it is. Yep, push into them. You understand you have numbers advantage. Yep, that's fine. Everything's gear is good. Your Bastion dies, but no big deal. I don't know why you're getting nanoed, but we'll take it. See what you did right there, where you went after the Moira with staff? This is what you want to do, right? It's like, look, sometimes you don't need Nemesis form. Like, if you feel like you're consistently hitting them with staff, just use the staff. So, yeah, as Moira faded pretty close. Yeah, we get the kill. All right, great. Poke. So, just a note, you don't want to fight out here, right? This is all in the open. You want to take the next fight somewhere around here. Because a huge part of Overwatch's tanking is understanding L-shaped corners. So, this area is a perfect example of this, where the geometry of the map looks like this, basically, right? Now, what the enemy team looks like is they're going to have a bunch of people over here. Okay, and there's a tank. And then your team is going to have a bunch of people over here. Right? And then here you are. You want their tank to stand here. Why? Because that means all of your team can shoot at them, and none of their team can shoot at you. So you want them to have to turn the corner on top of you. You do not want to be the one who has to turn the corner on top of them unless you have some other advantage. Okay? So if you step forward here, which is basically what you're doing right now, if you step forwards here, then they all get to shoot at you, and your team just can't help you, right? They have to walk forward to the corner, which is dangerous and slow, and it makes them vulnerable to other things, like, for example, Terra Surge, right? Your teammates might instinctively walk up with you, and then they're all going to be clustered on top of you, and then she walks in, and then Terra Surges everybody. So, just something to think about is, like, which side of this corner do I want to be playing is a huge part of playing tank, right? Really, really big part about playing tank at higher ranks. So you just have to walk in. So you got a good 3-man Vortex opportunity right here. I just feel like you're pushing really, really far forwards. I would also note here is that you already have shield at this moment in time. I'm not going to take any damage, so do I really need to go Nemesis form? Unless you need the Nemesis form because you're having trouble dealing damage with staff, but you're like, your staff actually pretty good. I don't think you need to pop Nemesis. I know they're kind of clustered right now, but because of how far up you are, because you notice, again, you're pushing the L-shaped corner, right? Like, your team is all the way back here. Zen's all the way over here. What the heck, right? Your Bastion's still respawning. I have no idea where your Cassie's all the way to the left, and your Anna's left alone, which means she's going to get jumped here by the Sombra. You don't really want to be here, right? You want to be over here. But in this situation, just staffing down the backline, okay, great. Maybe we can do something against the Orisa. Probably not, right? But you try to poke them out a little bit. And then you always have Nemesis form if something goes wrong, and you can use Nemesis form to escape. But popping Nemesis form here with shield, I think, is a mistake. EMP is popped. I just hold block right now as you go backwards. All right, but Trance gets popped. You try to go after the Orisa. So everybody is way out of position. All right, so when I see this, what do? I get ready to shield right away. You have shield right now. I think you could have saved the Zen here. Like, it's long enough. I think you could have saved the Zen here. But with the Zen, I think you definitely could have done Vortex, but not that Vortex would have been huge. Yeah, I think right now you shield up, and I think you could save the Zen potentially. Also, what is this window? What the heck? Nobody can use their abilities. Anyway, you shield off, right? You throw Vortex, try to save your Zen, probably not. But like with your Bastion already dead, I think it's also okay to just die here. That Vortex is a huge miss. Just throw it close. Knowing where people want to go is important, right? If I look at the soldier, where does the soldier want to go when he pops Visor? Right? Right now he pops Visor. So where do I want to throw my Vortex? I want to throw right here because I want to prevent him from walking behind the shield, not behind him, right? Which is not ideal. Zen dies without you, nothing you can really do about that. So, note here is you can hear your Bastion transform and getting shot. Right? So he's going to get lit up right now, forces translocate. So, one thing to think about is, hey, if my Bastion's in trouble, maybe I should shield off. Because you can see the tracer rounds getting shot behind you. Which means the soldier has a bead on somebody. Soldier does 190 damage a second. Like, it's no joke. You cannot 100, 170, 100, 175, 190, something like that, right? A lot of damage. You can't, like, just ignore that damage. This is a good time to just throw down a shield, even just to protect your team, to make sure that your Bastion doesn't get double or triple teamed right now, because he gets super low. But he does force out Sombra Translocate. You see the Translocate up here at the top side of your screen, right? And you have a little bit of ammo. You can try to go for the kill with the staff. But you don't seem to register at all. I think in general, it doesn't look like you have a lot of experience playing against Sombra. Because understanding when Sombra is vulnerable is important. Because there are times, every hero has moments where they are vulnerable and moments where they are strong. Knowing their vulnerable moments is huge because it allows you to get kills. Like, look at this from the Sombra's perspective. She gets lit up by the Bastion. She's like, oh god. Translocates. She has 3 health coming out of the air in a straight line. If you hit one Scarab or whatever it is you're firing, one bug, on her, that's a kill, which is a big deal because their spawn is not that close. So, missed opportunity right there. You see your Bastion get Javelin, put down shield. Like, your Javelin has to be in danger. You can see him on your screen right now. Granted, he's like crazy out of position, right? Right there, he gets Javelin, put down shield. You have to be applying pressure. You have to put down shield here. I think not shielding here, letting your Bastion die is a mistake. But also, your Bastion has literally no idea how to play Overwatch. Like, look at the fact that your Bastion just walks the cart. What is the plan here? And of course, this perfect aim because, yeah. Anyway, so we're here. Okay, fine, whatever. So we're in the situation. Why did you stop shooting the staff? Like, you're so quick to go to Nemesis. Especially in Season 9, I think you need to think about how to stay in staff form as long as you possibly can. Staff form gives you more flexibility than Nemesis form because you can always go into Nemesis form if the situation changes. I get jumped, pop Nemesis. I get low, pop Nemesis. I need to run away from something, pop Nemesis. I get pulled into Terror Surge, pop Nemesis. But if I'm in Nemesis form, my options are very limited because my Nemesis form may expire in the very near future and I don't have a burst of armor to be able to save my life. So, for a lot of reasons, like, this is just a really good example, right? The soldier's clearly going to die to the staff if you just keep shooting. He's, like, not trying to dodge at all. There's no reason to go Nemesis right now. Alright. You force the mortar back, yep. So I just turn back here. Go for the Moira. Yep, try to focus her down. Okay, great. I think things go pretty smoothly from here. I don't think anything interesting happens at this point. Yeah, they push in. Chill, you go up the back line. Yeah, this is okay. So, doable, right? Winnable situation. So, yeah, I mean, first point obviously did not go well. Second point went okay. Third point went pretty well. Okay. What's my goal here? Kill the turret. Turret's in an easy position. I do 120 damage a second. I should be able to kill the turret in 2 seconds solo. Just shoot the turret. I don't need the shield, right? Just shoot the turret. There's like no real accuracy that they have at this range. Just do regular AD strafes, which I know is like left-right. It's harder on console, right? Just regular left-right strafes. Kill the turret. Reload. Walk up. Push. And use the shield. Using the shield right now is a mistake. I would also note here, this game is so wacky. Your like support does not actually play the game for quite a while. So we're just gonna skip through that part because like how are you gonna win a 4v5? In fact, I would say that the enemy team is so bad and you're so good, relatively speaking, that you still manage to push them back despite missing a support for over a minute, right? Almost a full minute here. Oh no, still not here. This is time that you could have used at the end of the game, right? Like now you finally have a Lucio a minute and 10 seconds in who's just starting to leave spawn. So yeah, rough. Like I said, you're so much better than this lobby that even with their Sombra being unusually good, and the fact that you don't have a support at all for a minute and 10 seconds, that's 2 fights, right? 2 extra fights to try to win the game. You still have a game that comes down to the final fight. All right. So, D.Va is pushing your Ashe. You can see your Ashe. You can see the D.Va's pushing in, right? So, I got to push here, right? Otherwise, I'm just leaving my Ashe to die. I want to at least trade off the Ashe. I think you push into the Mei right now. Right? No need to shield. Just shoot the Mei. Don't worry about it, just shoot the Mei. The best way to deal with the Mei is not to shield here and have her walk through it, because she's not afraid of walking through it, because she has block. The best way to deal with the Mei is to walk in front of her face and shoot her in the face with your staff. Because 240 damage against any hero is no joke. Like, people cannot survive Rammatra standing at point blank shooting them in the face. And Mei's freeze only does, what, like 100 damage a second? It's not that big a deal against a tank. Just go up and shred the Mei with your staff. That's the best way to save your Kiriko in this situation. See? Like, you're just too slow to react to this. Right? Now you have trouble. At close range, you appear to have trouble with aim. But otherwise, your aim is very good. And then you end up dying here. But, I mean, it is what it is. You're missing a hero there the whole time. Your Ashe died right away. Let's go. So, again, kill the turret first. Then save shield for when you need it. You don't need shield to destroy your turret. That's a waste of an ability. Right? Yep. Poke the D.Va down. This Torb is way out of position. I Vortex behind him and I push him. Right? Yeah. Just go in, get kills. Just keep pushing. You're basically full health. Like, I can feel the hesitation. You see when you punch. You went forwards and then backwards briefly. Punch, and you see you go backwards. I don't go backwards here. I got 730 health, a D.Va that's holding Matrix, a Torb that has no overload and is low, and a Mercy. They don't have anything to stop me at this point in time. I just shove them down. Like, I literally just run with them the whole time, like, basically point blank and kill them all. Like, no fear here whatsoever. I do not pop ulti here. I would like to say that there is literally no reason the Mercy should die to this at all. She's in Valk. She has no reason to step. She could literally just fly up in the air right now and just stay here and then heal the D.Va if she wanted to without being touched by you. There's no point to popping Annihilation. This is a mistake. I truly do not know what this Mercy is thinking. A, she's flying into Annihilation. B, she can see that you see her. You're looking at her and punching at her. Despite all this, she just flies, parks herself right next to you, and pops ultimate. What even is this game? What is this plan? Anyway. Grab the kills here. Blah, blah, blah. I went through a Vortex here because I don't need Vortex. Do you need Vortex to hit this D.Va? I don't think so, right? You're not going to have any trouble taking landing a shot. Do you need Vortex to kill the Mei? Maybe. But, like, either way, I think that I'm just fine just shooting, right? I put shield down. Yeah, I think that's fine, right? Shoot her down. Now, one thing to note is, what would I be saving Vortex for? Right now. I Vortex the ground, and then I kill Baby D.Va. Why is Vortex important? Because Baby D.Va is really hard to hit. she's a very thin target, right? She strafes very quickly, so slowing her down with Vortex makes it a lot faster to kill her. Additionally, she's going to pop ultimate here. So with this, just be calm. You have 3 seconds before the bomb goes off. Just go punch, 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 turn block rather. Yeah, I think that you definitely should have gotten this kill on the D.Va. Right? It's almost like you forgot about her like going through D.Va, right? It's like, okay, you turn, that's fine, right? You're going for the Mei, right back, 1, right? Missing that one. I think you could have gotten 1 more punch in, but I don't know if it would have killed her. It would have killed her. Yeah. So I think you could have killed her here. Why is this relevant? Look at the clock. It's 1:45. I'm going to fast forward. So you don't get the point back for another 25 seconds. So granted, they popped 2 ultimates. Mei popped hers last for whatever reason. They did pop 2 ultimates. Yeah, because they popped, I think, Coalescence here and Molten Core. But I'm just noting is that if you killed her sooner, you would get even more time back on the clock. Alright, so this is where things get weird. Now, you're trying to do the right thing, quote-unquote right thing, which is to take top left. But to be fair, it's really hard for your team to take top left. D.Va is pretty brawly, right? She can actually out-damage you because she does 144 or 145 damage a second. So even in staff form, unless you're hitting headshots, she can out-brawl you. And then she also has missiles that she can use on command. And she has the control of the corner, which means you're the one that steps up and defies people shooting at you, not the D.Va. So if she just stands right here fighting you, it's a bad time for you. So you're going to have trouble dislodging her, A. B is they also have a Mei, and the Mei is going to be a problem as well because she's eventually going to sit up here and just keep walling your team off. Right, so here's the Mei. There's no real need to 4-dex right there. Right, wall gets popped right away. You're trying to push up. No need to put shield right now. Nobody's shooting at you. Like, I know you saw the grenades. Okay, great. But there's the Junkrat who's shooting at you. The Junkrat is dropping off, and he's not shooting at you anymore. I don't pop shield here. I don't think you can push either because you have no real health. And this is a situation where like your supports are sort of staying with cart and you're playing up here and it's not very effective because now you have no sustain and then what are you going to do? Right. Now the Mei does pick a fight with you, somewhat silly. Right? You walk in, you're like, oh shoot, my whole team is dead. Now what do I do? The answer is die. So how could you play this differently? Well, obviously going top left is generally a great idea, but sometimes you can't pull it off. Sometimes their team is just way better at preventing you from walking through this choke and you're just not brawly enough. But that's okay. So the other option is you take the cart all the way down to here, rotate this way, and then go up this short angle and take this fight. So this fight can be much better for you for a variety of reasons, not least of which is they don't really have good cover here. And it's much harder to kind of like block the choke here than it is over there. So just something to think about is that playing as brawl heroes, you can grow up the right side this way, go over here, and then take the fight from in here, which can be better. And as a reminder, there's also a mega here, so that helps with your sustain. A note is after the cart is pushed up to here, you might have trouble, because you don't have cart as cover anymore, getting to that spot. Then you rotate inside and then go this way, so you only have a very short period of time where you're like exposed, and rotate this way and go up. So I think that's probably what would have been the better option here compared to you just spent a lot of time trying to force top left and it's not really working for you. If you haven't seen my Blizzard World map guide, you should watch my Blizzard World map guide because I talk about this. You just saw him put a trap down. So this Junkrat, for some reason, is just not interested in surviving today. Oh yeah, he has no concussives. So, but like, it's great aim by you, right? Like, this is like basically perfect tracking, right? Get the kill here. Okay, we'll do it. You see the Mercy. So this is actually another problem that you do is that you don't track the supports nearly enough. Go after the Mercy right now. The Mercy. The Mercy. The Mercy. Go after the Mercy. I don't know that you need to pop Nemesis or Annihilation right now. Go after, just punch the Mercy to death. You have beat right now as well. Like, don't stack the ultimates if you don't need to. Like, look at this. Does it seem likely that you're going to lose this fight? This is a 4-on-3 situation. Just kill the Mercy. You're actually getting killed in the Sombra, in the backline by Sombra, but so it is. So what? So you pop Annihilation anyway. Right, you punch. Right, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, the whole block. I mean, you missed it, but it is what it is. I like the attempt. Kill the Mercy! Kill the Mercy! Kill the Mercy! Kill the Mercy! She's literally in front of you. You even hit her right there. She's insta-killable right now. Melee, your punch plus quick melee instantly kills her right now because there's 100 damage. But you're just still punching the tank. Go up to the Mei who still has ice block. It's just this is all pretty ugly, right? The target priority here needs to be better. Just go after the supports when you get the chances. All right, so we're pushing up over here. EMP goes off, great. Catch her in Vortex, okay. As a note here, who do we shoot? Or who do we attack? Is it the full health Diva? Is it the Moira, who just got hacked here? Or is it the Mei? Well, the Mei is like kind of far away, but like you could have gone after the Moira right away. So at this point in time, you run with it. I think you're the only person on cart though. Yeah, you're the only person on cart. But I think it's still right call to walk forwards. Because like why walk backwards, right? Like you gotta get rid of these little that backwards movement, Like if your team has the advantage, just push, right? Being here versus being here makes a big difference because you'd already be on top of the Moira. But now that we're here, who are we going for? Get to the Moira, get to the Moira, get to the Moira, attack the Moira, attack the Moira, attack the Moira, attack the Moira. Like that's the kind of thing that you gotta be repeating in your head over and over again. Support's available, hit the support, kill the support. Right? Without the support, the Diva will die instantly. But with the support, the Diva can live for a long time. This is probably your only like just straight up bad Vortex. I have no idea what the point of this was. This feels like, oh, I'm just gonna zone them maybe? That's a bad use for it. Like there's no, they don't even need to fight right now. They have plenty of time until the card gets up close. This is, I think, just objectively a bad Vortex. There's no reason to do this. Alright, so what's kind of happened here? You've lost your Lucio. Your Brig is on the cart. So you're low. So what's our goal right now? Nothing. Just chill. Just back up here. Back way back. Right? But the problem is you back past your Brig. I now suicide. There's like almost no way to win this fight. Yeah, like I think you're just wasting time right now. Right? Like what is your win condition here? That you're able to solo 4 people without ultimate? It's just, this is not gonna happen. Just die. Right? It's like fine. Like it is what it is. They pop coalescence, right? It was effective, fine. You go up, you push top left. I think this is fine, right? Because they're not contesting it at all. So yeah, you get to clear top left. Terrible Vortex, not going to do anything. I think just shooting with staff was enough. Because you're not going to get killed this range, right? Unless you stand still, which for some reason people at this rank do. There's no way for you to kill him. Just poke him a little bit with staff so he drops, and then just keep going. Don't use any Vortexes, don't use shields, just keep moving. Right? Now, what do? We see Moira down here, we see Mercy down here. This is where I'm going to go. Okay, I'm going to drop, force Moira to fade. Then go after the Mercy, follow the Mercy out with GA and kill her, then figure out what the Moira is and engage her again. So, Mei ulti gets popped. Okay, fine. The fact that you stayed up high ground is actually coincidentally a boon, but you had no idea this was going to happen exactly. You are poking out the Diva. I do like that you're backing up here. I feel that you have an unconscious tick where while you're fighting a target, if you're not sure how it's going to go, you kind of go backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards, which I think is not a good habit. You should know, look, what range do I want to be and just stay at that range. I do not shield off when I'm fighting a Diva that has like 100 health left right now. Just pop Vortex and go punch and she gets demacked. Right? You still have Annihilation here if you need it. So you pop Annihilations here. I think this is Annihilation's fine, right? It's final fight territory. You're a little slow to pick up the fact that the Mercy was vulnerable, but get the kills. BP gets popped. Alright, we win. Alright, great. So we got a minute and 15 seconds left. So this is a good example where, like, look, if you add up the minute that your support cost you by not being there in the beginning of the game, and then you add up the extra 30-ish seconds that you staggered, or sorry, you missed on first point by not killing the Diva fast enough, 25, 30 seconds, you'd have an extra minute and a half here, which would be huge. That's a lot, right? That's like basically 3 fights right here. Vortex aim here is good. Right, I'm like, look, this Mei is gonna die. There's no way for her to get out. She already used wall and she used block. I didn't even need to look at this. Like, I just walk over here and just spam the rest of the team. Like, don't use Vortex here for the Mei. This is a waste. This is like, again, like, I think the second Vortex in the game that you've wasted. There's no reason to throw this Vortex. She's 100% dead. There's no win condition or survival condition here for her unless they have like Life Weaver grip or something like that. She's gonna die. Don't worry about it. Definitely don't be shielding off or throwing Vortex. Right? It slows you down now, because now, if you stayed in staff form, you could have already been spamming them out, and pushing the diva back. Because the diva can't out-trade you at distance. So you could just stay in staff form all day and just keep spamming the diva, and eventually you'll just win that way. She has to come brawl you at some point in time. Right. Reminder, this trade would go way better if you were in staff form. Right? You get super low here, you really should have died here. Yeah. So, we back up here. Alright, let's look at the situation. Rally is popped, we have Nemesis form, but we have a diva here who's about to run out of Matrix. We know, because she's been holding Matrix for like forever. Right? And we have targets at medium-ish range. Don't pop Nemesis, just use staff. Just use staff right now. Just staff him down. Staff, right? Force more of the fade. Staff the diva. Keep pushing up. Push, 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 push. If you get an opportunity, you get healed up. Then go Nemesis and run in and kill them all. But I think this is just not optimal usage of staff. I think this shield is okay at best. The thing is, your Brig's already shielding here, and she gets knocked back by Whip Shot. To be fair, you didn't know that she's going to get knocked back, so I think the shield's still okay. Right? But get Vortex in right now. I want to use Staff to force Ice Block, then pop Nemesis to hunt down and kill the Mei after she leaves Ice Block. As a general rule against Mei. Right? Because now she's going to block, and even if I chase down the back line, when I come back, I'm going to have almost no time with Nemesis form. But like little things like that add up a lot. Right? Just like not using your Nemesis form when you don't really need to, and staff would be better, is no good. Missing the Junkrat right there is disastrous. Like, you see the Junkrat cross right now, just go in, just kill him. Just kill a Junkrat. Like, why are you backing up? And we see, once again, that tick, right? Where you walk backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards. Be like, look, I'm either in or I'm out. I have 502 health right now. I had a low health Junkrat who just dropped in front of me. I'm in here. Like, I'm fighting this. Like, fight, try to get the kill. He can't be coalesced in there. Go in, try to get the kill right now. Like, turn in, bam, 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 right? Farm enough ulti, pop Annihilation, maybe you win it. Go for squishies first. Yeah. Go for the Mei. You have to go for the Mei. You can't let the Mei walk past you like this. Right? Right here, go for the Mei. Just stay in front of her. Just constantly keep shooting her in the face. Force block out right away if she has it. Right? And then go back and do something else, and then kill her when she comes out of block. Like, you can't be shooting at this the Junkrat's not a priority right now, because the Junkrat is already on the other side of the shield, so you've effectively stunned him for the next few seconds. But you see your backline is getting completely swarmed over right now because you're not helping at all. You're spending your time shooting at this Junkrat instead of killing anyone in your backline, which is super bad, because now you've given up a pick. You walk forward, you kill a Junk. To be fair, there's really no reason your Junk should die here. He just truly does not seem to have any idea how to play the game. B gets popped. A note here. So, watch the movement here, okay? Forget the punches for a second. Just watch your movement. So, forwards, right? Punch. Now we're going backwards again. Forwards. Backwards. Backwards still. Backwards still. Backwards steer. And now we try to go forwards again. Just cut out all that backwards movement when it's not relevant. You're full health, and you have beat, and your Annihilation, there's no reason to be walking backwards right now. Don't even walk backwards at all. Now, why is this relevant in this specific scenario? Why is this extra important? Because if Mei's going to pop wall here to save herself, if I stand on top of her, when she walls, we both get lifted. Either I get lifted up on the wall and I can choose which side to drop, or I end up on her side of the wall. But because you give her this space, she's able to wall you off. So now you can't force block fast enough. She does block anyway, which is a huge waste. She's never overlapped like that. And now she pops ultimate. So I would note here that she gets her ultimate. You could have killed her right now with one more punch or a quick melee if you'd been on top of her. This is like such a small detail, but it's actually fight losing. Right? You could have just killed the Mei here if you just been physically touching the Mei the whole time. She could never have been able to wall you off exclusively. She would have had to block. Now, granted, if she's good, she could still block into her ultimate because she was close enough already, but she obviously was not thinking of that, right? She's making mistakes under pressure of the game and the game situation being in the final fight territory. She's making mistakes. You have to be able to capitalize on top of that and get the kill here before she pops ultimate. All right. Mercy goes by. You do see the Mercy, all right? So now we kill the Mercy. What do? Do we keep fighting the Diva? No. Kill the Moira. Like, you can see the Moira is healing in front. You literally can see the heal beam, the heal spray, right? You can see the Moira on your left. You can see the Annihilation on your left. You can see the spray right now. Mercy's dead. You can still see the spray. This spray right here. Look to your left. Kill the support. Kill the support. She's right there. It'd be so easy. Right? One more punch on the Moira. No, this is the Mei, right? But another punch on the Moira would have gotten her a lot lower, right? You do kill the Mei finally. You come back, right? Full health Moira here. I think if you're trying to kill one hero on it who has no other escape, center the vortex on them. So when you throw vortex, don't throw it here, because she can just walk out of that and be fine. Center the vortex on top of her when you're focusing one target down who has no way to get away. That way she can be slowed the whole time, because she can actually walk out of this really easily. But she fades. Right? I look. Okay, look. As soon as I see how far away she is, I go for the D.Va, because it's going to take me too long to run towards her, and she can just kite me backwards for quite a bit. Just kill the D.Va right now. Just because she can't heal the D.Va from this range other than heal orb. Just kill the D.Va, right? Punch, look, punch, look, punch. Okay, and the Moira came up. Now kill the Moira. That's gotta be the play here, right? Just zoning the Moira is not enough because the D.Va's too tanky. She's gonna delay way too long. What is this Brig doing? Just she could just turn and shield and she'd be fine. Oh man, so many mistakes in this game. Yeah, at this point, what are you gonna do, right? Like, you have to touch cart, but like the tire's active. I think that seeing that my Lucio's near it, like I can see here Lucio's gonna touch. I stay on the other side of the shield and I try to shoot the Moira, but like it's not gonna make a difference. You're still gonna lose this no matter what. Okay, so in summary, we covered a lot of stuff. Again, I'd say overall, you look way better than the average player in this game, right? Like, we've seen like all the crazy things, like one of your supports doesn't show up for a minute, right? Your DPS are crazy. The enemy DPS, like, just are on death wishes as well, except for the Sombra. The enemy supports just give themselves to you to be killed regularly. You look way better than the average player in this lobby. Like, I would guess that your average win rate here is like 70-75% plus against players like these. It's truly kind of crazy how much better you are than these types. Like, you look like you're borderline smurfing here. Yeah, so that, I think we talked about shield usage and we talked about Nemesis usage. I think you need to try to get more staff usage out before you pop Nemesis, and be much more cognizant of when you want to pop Nemesis. I think for shields, you got a few completely whiff shields where I'm like, what are you doing with the shield? It's not going to do anything. It feels kind of like autopilot-y. You're like, oh, I go in, I pop shield. But if I go in and no one's attacking me, I'm not going to throw the shield down, right? If they're not attacking me or anybody near me, there's no point in me throwing a shield. Most vortexes were good. A few could have been a little better. I think annihilations were okay, generally good, I would say. You got a few where it's like, I don't know about this, and you had a couple that I think you missed, right? When we talked about first point, I think you did have an opportunity there to potentially actually flip that fight. Yeah, I think that, and we talked about how to play like second point maybe a little better, right? Try to go through right side and play with your team a little more. It would also help against the Sombra to be cluster your team. Okay, hopefully that was helpful. I will link RAM resources as usual, and also my Blizzard World map guide if that is helpful. All right, thanks for watching.